following video contains spoilers for Blueprints, a puzzle roguelike game full of mysteries, secrets, and a forever changing floor plan. Every day you start the day with the goal to reach room 46. There are some secrets locked behind a secret code that the following video will cover. So if you wish to go into the game blind, stop now and come back later. Blueprints is now available on Steam, link in the description below. Welcome to Grade 8 at the Mount Holly Schoolhouse, where we'll be learning the basics of Erajan, the ancient language still spoken by the people of Erajan. Erajan is believed to be the original tongue of the Orindian people before their migration from Moravan. Today, we'll be breaking down Erajan affixes and some foundational vocabulary. With these tools, you'll start identifying the structure and meaning of other Erajan words. To begin, any positive or beginning concept in Erajan is typically represented as a prefix, a sound placed at the front of a word. This includes aj, meaning first, ma, meaning small. In contrast, negative or ending concepts are usually expressed as suffixes added to the end of a word. Examples are ja, meaning last, and am, meaning large. Erajan uses different pronoun roots depending on connotation, and le refer to oneself, I or me. Le has a negative or absent connotation, meaning without me or I won't when used with a verb. Ul and lu refer to another, you, or other. Similarly, lu implies not you or absence of you. Some of the more advanced affixes that we will cover later include od, meaning anti or pre, do, meaning post, aj, meaning minor, je, meaning major or greater, rot, meaning clockwise, tor, meaning counterclockwise. Now as seen here on the whiteboard, early Erajan did not use any verbs. So today, the rare usage of verbs are comprised almost entirely of loanwords and are mainly used to describe physical actions. However, Erajan did have a robust system of nouns, many of which are documented in our working dictionary. We're fortunate to have neighbours who still speak and preserve this language. The following words will be tested on later. You'll need to know word, house, tree, gate, water, day, night, future. While the affixes are commonly opposites in terms of spelling and meaning, the nouns do not share the same rule. Instead, you'll affix a prefix or suffix to change the connotation of the noun. For example, ajlo, direct translation is first word, means greeting or hello, while loja, a direct translation, word last, means goodbye or farewell. The examples you will see on your desk will ask you to use the words shown on the board and translate the sentences to the best of your ability. We walk through the exercise to fully understand how a noun can change depending on the affix attached. When a verb is called for, simply use the English word as there is no equivalent in Erajan. The first exercise is, hello, can you teach me a new word? Hello is the first word you say to someone, so it is ajlo. The second part of the phrase, you teach me, will require a loanword. Me is not needed because it is implied and it is the other person doing the action, so it is ul teach or you teach. The last part of the new word, which can be constructed by using nev or new and law, meaning word, nev law. So the full phrase is ajlo ul teach nev law. Erajan has no direct equivalents for the, a, is, or similar particles. These are inferred from sentence structure and word choice. For example, the large house is towards the east. In Erajan, it is huam ovat, house large toward east. Direct word-for-word translation aids early learning, but contextual English should eventually replace it for smoother comprehension. The next example asks to translate, I will swim at dawn. However, we do not have a word for dawn. We do have new, or the start of, and day, which can be joined to form nevdor, or the new start of day. Hence, el swim nevdor translates to I swim, new start of day. In Erajan passages, it is important to identify the loan words before attempting to translate the rest of Erajan words. There are some phrases that can be a bit more difficult to translate as the concepts need to be broken down into their basics first. The exercise that asks you to translate the tree are a great example. You have the trunk of the tree is small and the branches of the tree are old. First, we don't have the words for trunk or branch, but we do have a combination that can describe them. Trunk can be considered the start of a tree. Branch can be considered the end of a tree. So you can use nev tre, or start of tree, and treven, tree, and of, respectively. So the trunk of a tree is small would be manev tre because it is describing the start of tree or trunk to be small. If it were nev ma tre, it would be the new small tree. The order of the words are important to relay meaning. The other example, the branches of the tree are old, would be tre ven because the end of tree or branch are old, so the tree and old is used. Another accepted translation is ven treven, or the old tree end. Just ensure there is a space between the first ven and tre. A first example of the usage of le, or lack of myself, is the I will not read at night. Read is an action word which will require a loan word. I will not can be achieved by suffixing le to read to make read le. And then the word nigh, meaning night, translation becomes read le nigh. Using these concepts and the exercises we used above, you can cast your mind back to grade 4 when we showed you the third era atlas we were able to find in Mount Holly's library. It is a bit outdated, however. The main difference is that Orinda Aries no longer exists and it was changed to Fen Aries. All hail Fen Aries. On the map, you will see the old names for the seas. Listed are Eshse, Orsay, Insay, Ashsay, and Seja. Using the words we already learned, you should be able to translate 2 of these. Ashsay and Seja refer to first sea and sea last. We will discuss the other 3 translations as well as the other Erajan words here in Intermediate Erajan, but do try to make some guesses. The other words on the atlas you should mark down and consider are the following: Moraven, Etsphere, Orsphere, in eclipse, is eclipse, Mora, Marmora, Fenmora, Dorja, Rot, and finally Tor. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you next time.